Hello everyone, welcome back. I've brought in this apple tree, it's a crabapple. I'm just going to give it a bit of a pruning back and just check it over, because I do know the caterpillars love this tree. They attack it every year. So we'll go over it. We'll prune off a lot of these longer shoots, just tidy it up a bit, and yeah, we'll give it a check over for bugs and things. So this tree, I got this tree as it was just a garden centre tree. It looked quite good. Normally they have big ugly grafts on them, but this one didn't seem to have a ugly graft. I'm not too sure what the story was with it, but it's quite a good thick root base, kind of narrows up. I did chop it all back, but it had some low branches, which was good to make a smaller tree, so that's why I got it. And it's been doing really well. Every year it does really well. Flowers last. Here's now, for example, a leaf folded. You know when there's a leaf folded that there's something inside, a present for you. And if you, I don't know if you can see that. On there, there's the tiniest little baby caterpillar. So that's what will grow and start to eat all my leaves. There's another one up here. They seem to always go for the furthest out leaves. Presumably they attack them when they're fresh young leaves. Again, look, you can see he's just there. He is, so you can see him there. It's only just probably hatched, so get them while they're young, I say. So I always have to keep my eye on this tree for them, which is okay. I can just this tree kind of grows just outside the door here on a shelf, so it and there's another one. Look, I can check it every day when I'm passing, and that's why I saw it today. So I saw a couple of leaves folded over, so I knew it was starting to get attacked. So I will prune it, and then we'll give it a little spray. Another one here. This also helps with the amount of water it takes up, because it does drink a lot of water, and obviously I reduce the foliage on it. Shouldn't need as much, still need a lot, but while all this foliage is sucking up moisture and water, we'll get rid of this and let the energy go into growing the apples. See, there's a lot of apples all over it. Just flowers are all gone. Just also, there's one flower just about to open here. Late to the party. Curled up in here, some young ones, so we'll get rid of them. There's a couple here have been eaten altogether. One folded here. So you kind of get to know your trees when you have them. And I know that this one, like that, is prone to them little caterpillars, so I know now to keep my eye on it. Once I see them, then it's time to give it a check over, and like that, we'll give it a spray. I'll spray it when I go outside. My spray is out there. It seems to have got rid of them all anyway, and reduced the amount of leaves on it. So hopefully that will just help with the apples. It normally does. This is what I do each year, and I normally get a lot of apples on it, as you can see. They always seem to go on this side because like that it is on the shelf, so this side you get a few, but around here you don't get a lot because the sun is always on this side, and I tend to turn it around now and again, but then because it's on the shelf and it's against the wall, I don't want this to all grow good and then the back, which would be the front, start to get weaker, so I always kind of tend to bring it back again. I repotted it this year and it seems to be doing pretty good since the repot. I put it in a deeper pot because I didn't like the root base on it. I think it looks better for it. Okay, so we'll put that one out the way for now. Like I said, I'll give it a spray when we pull it back out. I don't want to spray it in here or I'll get stuff everywhere. Okay, next one I'm going to look at is this field maple. Again, another one I repotted recently. I didn't tie it in, probably should have. Probably just, but the rocks are holding it. It's solid. It's getting solid now. But, yeah, you can see the leaves are kind of getting a little bit yellowy on them. And that normally means they're not getting enough nutrition out of the soil or whatever. So maybe there's just too much energy getting put into all these long shoots. So I'll prune them back, we'll feed the tree, and hopefully then it'll start recovering a bit better. I'm just kind of taking out the longer shoots and stuff for now. Quite bare on this side, you can see a lot of energy going into this one shoot here. So we'll get rid of that. But you can see some of these leaves quite yellow. So we got to address that. We'll put a bit of organic fertilizer on it. I didn't want to do it right away because I just repotted it, so I kind of always I'm afraid that the fertilizer might burn the fresh new roots, and it's just been repotted. Yeah, don't know, do I want this one? Probably not. So now it should be okay to throw a bit of fertilizer on it and just let it, each time then I water it, it'll just get a bit of food and nitrogen and stuff, and that might improve the greening of the leaves. Okay, it's got it into some bit of shape. Lots of smaller leaves inside, but I might leave them grow rather than clean them out, because then I might take out some of the bigger branches afterwards. I'll face this side to the sun, try and get a bit more growth on this side, but it's kind of been in the shade a bit because it wasn't tied in. That's probably one of the problems with not tying it in. If I'd have tied it into the pot, I could put it up in the sun a bit more in the open, but because I didn't, I was afraid it would blow over. So yeah, probably should have tied it in, but it's getting there now, so maybe I can put it out now a bit more into more sun, like that, some on this side. So I'll just put some fertiliser on it. Yeah, I'll have to get that. Okay, this is just some organic stuff, and I just everything, pellets and things like that. But if I put pellets on it, the birds just take them. So I grind it all down the grinder into a powder, and see there now there's already some fresh new roots on the surface from the tree. I'll show you that. Underneath the rock there, you can just see them. So let's put that back on there. Yeah, so I just grind all the fertilisers, mix them all together, mix all together, there's a couple together then, and just put them in that, and then I can just dust it around the trees and water it in. And some of them I do put some into like tea bags. These guys, buy these little tea bags just online. I just put a scoop into them and I put them on that'll be kind of, I'll do that maybe later on in the year a bit when I know it's safe to do so, because if I do it, I put them out before, I put 50 out and I went in, and when I come back, well, I went to the shops and that, a couple of hours later come back and they were, nearly all of them were gone. They were all taken, the birds just come and pick them all off. I've tried spiking them in, they just rip them off. For some reason they just, when they see them, they know there's something in there that they want to eat, I don't know. A lot of the time they just rip them off because they want to get to any bugs that come up underneath them. But anyway, I find this way it just gets watered in and bit by bit. Okay, so we'll have a look at another tree. Put that one over here. The next one is this Hornbeam, and I've seen this recently. This is the one over the piece of wood. So it's just a piece of wood from an aquarium. It's in quite a small pot and it dries out really quick because of the amount of foliage on it. So I'm going to reduce the foliage, and yeah, if it's starting to get a bit going a bit crazy. So again, we'll just prune it back kind of a good bit to outward facing leaves. The lower down I go, probably the less I will prune. But we will take off some of the big leaves even if I don't prune that far back. I might just nip off the odd big leaf here and there, just let a bit more light in. Don't know why I always start at the bottom of the tree, so it's probably start at the top and work my way down. It would be easier because I could see what I was doing then when I get down there, but yeah, they always seem to start pruning from the bottom. Some of these are really starting to shoot out long branches now. This weather we're having is unbelievable for this time of the year. Like that, we more or less had no winter this year. Barely got below zero at any stage. A couple of times in the night maybe, but nothing too major. No snow or anything like that. And it's been very dry, which is very unusual. Normally we have rain continuous for months after Christmas, but barely rained at all. Now we're getting, it's up in the 20s now, 20 degrees Celsius. So it's really, really hot. The trees think it's midsummer, so they're growing like crazy. Trying to keep up with all the watering is not easy. I think I've got one more lot of watering out of my all my tanks, and then I'll be back to tap water again, which I hate doing. I have to wonder, like with that last field maple, is it something to do with my watering from the tap? Because I remember when Rafa was over, he's big into the pH of your waters and things, and when I tested my water, it's not good. The pH in it, it's not great, so he reckons that is not good for your trees. And I think that could be one of the reasons why I do get some of my trees like that, yellowing of leaves a bit. I don't know, is there too much of something in the water that makes it? Because I find if I water them and it's been raining for a couple of weeks and I don't have to use tap water, they seem to green up really nicely. But then if I have to go back to watering with tap water for a few weeks again, then they start to yellow up again. Doesn't matter how much water you put on them. So I think it could have something to do. I'm back doing the bottom again. It definitely could have something to do with that. So all I can do is use as much rainwater as I can get. I can't have 4 barrels now to collect it in. And when they're full, I can normally get about a week. And like I said, normally we don't normally go a week without rain this time of the year. Well, maybe not now, but for the last couple of months we definitely wouldn't go a week or so without rain, but we've actually gone quite a few weeks without rain. So we'll just have to make do, use what we can, and when it's gone, we'll have to go back to the tap water. Okay, so we're starting to get a bit of light into here. So it helps some of these lower branches. Some of these leaves are pretty big. How many leaves and we're on such a small tree and big leaves. Right, starting to get somewhere. Almost done. Okay, so I'll get rid of all them leaves straight off to put them in the recycling and compost bin, so that none of them little caterpillars get onto anything else. Oh, we've still got this branch over here we've missed. So I'm flying over to Manchester in the morning to a show, so I'm looking forward to that. We don't really have many shows over here. There's just not enough people really. There's a couple now and again, but I've always wanted to go over to England to a show or two. So I'll go over and see, and I'll video it if I can. So we'll have a look at that. Okay, I think we're pretty much done here. So that looks a little bit better, a little bit cleaner looking, a bit more light getting in. Still has that funny branch that ain't gonna go by pruning the leaves, but it's got a funny apex on it, as you can see, but once it's in the leaf you don't kind of notice it as much. But it's bone dry, so I'm going to go out now and give all my trees another good soaking. So yeah, you can see the amount of leaves I've taken off them 3 little trees today. A massive pile of them. Okay, so call that video done. Yeah, nothing else that I was going to say about him. So yeah, I'll call it done. So as always guys, don't forget to like, subscribe. If you have any friends that you know that might be interested in looking at my things, please share my videos and help out the channel a bit. And we will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.